What's better than fantasy football? Kyle Fridland, Jake Fridland.
Ain't nothing better than football.
Two brothers talking about the nitty and gritty of the best sport in the world. Welcome to the Fantasy Simpletons Show! We've got another week of starts and sits and flexes all around. Jake, how you doing?
Hey, what up, Kyle? I'm good. How you doing?
Dude, I'm doing pretty good. We've hit double digits on the weeks. We're more than halfway through. We're past the halfway point now.
We are.
Dude, it's going by so fast.
Yeah, for real.
And no matter what and no matter what situation you're in for your fantasy team, whether you're crushing it, doing okay, or you feel like the season might be over, it's not over yet, Jake. There's still time. Over. There's still time to come back, unless you're like 1-7 or 1-8, then you're probably done.
Right.
But other than that, we're good to go.
Facts.
What do you say we start this one up?
Let's get into it.
Let's do it. Start flexing! Start flexing! Let's go!
Hey.
We start off as we always do with the Week 10 buys here. We've actually got some big hitters out this week. We've got the Bengals, the Chiefs, the Cowboys, and that's pretty much it. Big quarterbacks out: Joe Flacco, Dak Prescott, Patrick Mahomes, two of the top performing quarterbacks the last few weeks. We also have Javonte Williams and Chase Brown. Receivers, huge loss at receivers this week. Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, Rashee Rice. Even the tight ends take a hit with Ferguson and Kelsey. So there's a lot of big people to try to replace for this week.
There are. There really are.
Yeah.
But that's why we're here. Gonna let you know which guys to start flex sit, baby.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
Oh yeah.
Bit of a tough week. There are a lot of there are not as many easy matchups or easy predictable stuff. But Thursday night should be a little bit more predictable. We have the Raiders going up against the Broncos, 2-6 versus 7-2. I think it actually might be 2-7 now for the Raiders. But if we can talk about the Raiders, I do find what's interesting is last week, Bowers is back. He's not just he's back. 3 touchdowns. He looked completely dominant. And do you think this could impact the passing offense as a whole? Because Geno Smith, his only good game of the season was in week 1 where Brock Bowers was fully healthy.
Right. Oh yeah. I think it's the perfect timing, right?
Yeah.
They got rid of Jakobi Meyers, and they don't even need him now that Brock Bowers is back. So yeah, I think he's going to be hopefully elite. It's tough because it's a tricky offense. You know, they are different from last year. But I think it should really help the team out a lot. And if I had Bowers, I'd be starting him every week. You know?
Yeah. I pretty much am in the same position. I'm pretty sure by next week he's not even going to be even a mentionable in this. But this is still a tough matchup. They're going up against the Broncos. It's a tough division. It's at Mile High Stadium. I don't even know if they call it Mile High, but it's in Denver. So I still wouldn't start some of their other options like Trey Tucker or Geno Smith. He could have a better game, but I'm still not comfortable enough starting him in any of these positions.
Exactly.
Although the Broncos, we see 2 different types of offenses every other week. We either see a good offense or a bad offense. It all is kind of dependent on their matchup. And this is a good matchup. So we should see the good side of Bo Nix and the good side of Courtland Sutton.
Yeah.
Even RJ Harvey. I think RJ Harvey is an interesting, high risk but high reward flex option.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't get a lot of touches, but there's that chance he breaks off and gets that big touchdown.
Right. His points have been kind of steadily increasing just And he has been getting more touches, I feel like, as the years going on. But you're right, it's just the breakaway, like one-off runs that he gets, you
Yeah,
know. So I think he's a fun guy.
dude. And Courtland Sutton, man, is he so like volatile as a player? We've really realized this season, you're either getting a great game or you're getting one catch
Yeah.
or you're getting two catches. But sometimes he even makes, in this last game, one catch, 30 yards and a touchdown. So you didn't feel like it was a bad game. So he's so tough to predict and he's so
Yeah.
tough to like really work with, but he's always good enough to where you don't not start him. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like
I think so.
he's so odd in such a fascinating way.
Hmm. He is. It's it's interesting. Um, but I mean, I think it just shows that he's definitely getting the other guys involved. You know,
Yeah.
Troy Franklin has been a target hog, bro, and it's crazy, right? The past like 3 games, I think he's gotten at least 8 targets. So
Mm.
a game, I think like 8 to 10 targets a game. But anyways, yeah, I think that might have to do something with Sutton's, you know, decrease in play potential, but um, it's tough because he's a guy that you always want to start, because he has that ability to be great
Yeah.
each week. It's just tough. Yeah.
I'll just have to see. Uh but that's the Thursday night matchup. We can move on to the Sunday games. We have another early game, London. It's going to be the Falcons taking on the Colts. Now, the Colts, man, we were probably a part of the Colts curse. Everybody was talking high about the Colts, and it seems like every time that happens to a team, they just come out next week and they prove us wrong. It was a bad game. It was a bad game on the offensive side, and particularly Daniel Jones had a very brutal game. This looked like old Daniel Jones when he played the
Mm,
Steelers. Uh, Multiple lost fumbles, 3 interceptions. I still think he can be playable, but this is going to be a bit more of a tested matchup. He's going to
yeah.
be on the road in London going up against the Falcons, who are underratedly like one of the best pass defenses this
Yes,
league in
definitely.
this year. So if you don't have better options, I think he's still playable. But I want to I don't want to test fate.
Yeah,
I want to see if last week was just a fluke or if it could be a more worrying sign of a development later into the year.
sure. Yeah.
I don't know. It's and it affects some of his other options like Josh Downs and Alec Pierce, both usually flex options. I think because of that this week, I would probably sit them if I had the choice.
Yeah, I would. I would. And yeah, I think that just goes back to um, the experiences that I've had with players going up against the Falcons, man. They are
They're
just
good.
they have a very good pass defense. So yeah, that's one to watch. It's definitely a matchup dependent um, game for some of these guys. So I would sit down Downs and Pierce. And even though I like Pierce now that um, AD, AD
AD
Mitchell's
Mitchell's
gone,
gone.
yeah, he's but I think that just solidifies Pierce as the guy. Like it's obvious that he's gonna stay
Well,
in that wide
dude,
receiver 3 role.
AD Mitchell, I don't think he was even getting any more touch. I think were just fully moving on from him.
Oh yeah, it just it's just so weird because he had a decent game. He just made a couple mistakes. I hate when the NFL does that to guys. Like,
I mean,
but I
it's
get it. I get it. It's
he just
cutthroat.
wasn't too. I mean, when you have all these other players performing
Yeah.
very well,
Mm.
and then you make a two like of some of the most costly mistakes you could have possibly made that cost your team a win, I could see why. There in the NFL,
Yeah.
there's not always a lot of room for those types of mistakes. And usually you gotta do something to get in their mind. If anything, it's a positive. It's a net positive for him because he's now in a much better position on a worse team, but
Yeah.
gets more opportunities.
True. True. No, yeah, I really want to see how it plays out for him on the Jets, but we
And
shall
it's,
see.
and then it's the Falcons, just complete Jekyll and Hyde team.
Yeah.
You don't, and I've seen it before. They're better at home than on the road, and even though both teams are on the road in this one, they're still on the road. So I'm not as sold on them. London is a monster, and as long as they don't have any other weapons, he's gonna dominate, but
Yeah.
it'll highly depend in this matchup of who's actually playable and who's not.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting matchup. I don't know. I think, but how do you feel about Pitts? I mean, obviously, it's a tough week for tight ends,
Yeah.
with some people being on buys, but ah,
It's he's always been kind of like on the edge of a startable
yeah.
tight end. Like
Mhm.
I he would not usually be my first option, but I could see if someone has him on their team of like, oh, you could start him. It's like I could see the argument, but he's like at the very end of like startable tight ends for me
Sure.
at around like 10 to 12 range.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree.
Dude, but what about these Saints versus Panthers? Panthers, I have no idea how they've somehow worked themselves out to be a above 500 team this season, but they're making it happen. And they are just going to carry on the back of Rico Dowdle.
Let's go.
Just every chance he gets to start where they give him the rock, he has shined beyond a shadow of a doubt. Like, I don't know if they can even afford him when his contract is up this next season. Like, he's
Oh
setting
yeah,
himself up for a monster payday.
definitely. Definitely. And it's that I mean that just sucks for Chuba Hubbard. I think they're going to have to get rid of Chuba Hubbard, but we'll see what happens in the offseason.
Yeah,
But yeah, Dowdle is, whew, he's killing it, obviously.
he's
So
such a
yeah, I like
killer.
him as a must start, bro, against this terrible Saints defense. It's gonna be great.
And man, McMillan, I am I'm so close to just like putting him in like forever flex territory at this
Yeah.
point because he's starting to fall into that range. But I'm not giving up. I'm not quitting yet. Come
Oh, you should.
on, do it, Tet. You're the missing piece.
Oh yeah.
It's tough on a passing offense that's just not doesn't pass for a lot of yards, but
Mm,
man, he's so close. He's so close to breaking out.
super close. Yeah. It's gonna. I mean, he's still a rookie, man. I think this time next year, it's gonna be different.
Do
You
you think
know.
Olave is going to have more work now that Shaheed is gone?
Oh, dude, is that even? That's not even a question. Come on. Obvious.
I know it's sometimes you see it with some teams where like if you leave it to just like, oh, there's just one guy now,
Mm,
sometimes it can negatively impact them like, oh,
sure.
if we just cover this one guy,
Gets all the
then the whole
coverage.
then the whole team crumbles,
Yeah.
but
I don't know. I mean, that's a fair point. That could happen. Um, Obviously depends on who they play. In this matchup, I don't know. The Panthers, their defense isn't crazy good, but it's decent.
it's definitely a lot better than last season.
Yeah.
They've improved a lot more. But I probably am more towards your side of yeah, Olave's going to benefit off this and
Yeah.
dude, honestly,
From target share standpoint,
sneaky top 10 by the end of season maybe for Chris Olave.
dang. Think so. I could see that.
He
I
could
could
be.
see it.
He's been doing pretty good now.
Definitely. And also Johnson should take something away from this too.
He
You know,
could. I've been looking at him. He's been doing a little better each week,
he
but
has.
I don't
He's been
know.
pretty consistent last
If
few
he
weeks.
has another solid game, I'll have him as more of a considerable start guy moving forward.
Yeah. I'd say maybe a flex,
Yeah.
you know, especially with the target share coming his way. But I can understand to sit just because they're a shaky team and
Yeah.
he's a shaky player. So, but yeah,
Dude, if we, well, there are some other shaky teams out there, including in
yeah.
this matchup. We got
Ooh,
Giants and Bears. This is full of a lot of shaky people. Odunze, for everybody that's concerned about Rome Odunze, this happens to receivers every year. Look, scoring 47 points and not having a single catch should be an aberration, should be a fluke. He'll
yeah.
have a better game this time around. Moore has been consistently doing better, so I think he's going to be in consistent flex
Mm,
territory throughout this season. But you know who I'm actually interested in talking about?
who?
Mr. Coleston Loveland.
Ooh,
I am on the fence of how good is he going to be for this week. And it does depend if Cole Kmet's not playing, he has a concussion. But do you think he's startable in this matchup after last week's big game?
you know what? I do. I do. I'm
Yes.
gonna ride that Colston Loveland train because I feel like when you mix high draft capital and a powerful performance from someone that just needed kind of a breakout, he's just needed a breakout. He was never really involved much until this last game.
Yeah.
Um, I feel like that equals potential consistency moving forward, if that makes sense. Like
No, that makes sense.
everything's there, for him. Um, and the only tricky thing is, you know, do we think that who was it? It was Romo Dunze that got 0 points,
Yeah.
or no?
Roma Dunze
Yeah.
got 0.
Do we think he's going to get 0 again? Because like the target share was just kind of weird that game. You
It
know?
was. This team's going to be hard to predict at times. There are going to be games where players don't do very well when they
Yeah.
should. Loveland is definitely going to be one of those cases, but he's definitely like a sleeper guy to become a
Yeah.
lot better as the season goes along.
I think so. I'd say he's a risky play right now, but for me, I would take a chance. I'd say I would see what he could do.
Dude, and I'm glad. Hey, we've been on the Monangai hype train for a little bit.
Dude,
Hardcore
yes,
sleeper. What a breakaway game he had.
for real.
He got almost 30 carries in that game. He looked great.
Yeah,
Swift Swift is startable when he comes back in. That would make
definitely.
Monangai a sit. But if Swift doesn't play, put Monangai right back into your lineup. Easy.
Oh yeah. The fact that they're giving him, almost 30 carries. I mean, that last game was just crazy, but
Yeah.
that's a ton of work to be giving, a rookie running back. So yeah, they're definitely going to use him more, especially if Swift is out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's not too much to talk about the Giants side. Jackson Dart is can be somewhat playable because of his running, but if the offense isn't moving like it was last week, I might have to move him to sit sooner rather than later. Theo Johnson, though, getting a little closer every week to me being
Yeah.
like a guy that should be on rosters and at least be like one of your tight ends in consideration on weeks.
Right.
I just want to see just a tiny bit more.
Definitely, definitely. No, he's a sneaky, you know, a sneaky play.
Yeah.
He
Big
has
guy,
been
athletic,
rising. Yep.
gets
Yep.
touchdowns every now and then. Like,
Exactly. And he has that connection with Jackson Dart.
yeah.
No, he really does though. I think I saw a video and they were like house shopping in the off season when they like because they both got because he's a rookie, right? Johnson,
I think he's actually second year. I
is he
think he's
second year?
second year.
Okay, yeah. Well, he was with uh Jackson Dart when he was looking for a place to live in New York. So, anyways, I don't know. It just
Mm.
seemed like they were pretty tight, but obviously he has the starting job um over the other tight ends like Bellinger and yeah, he's looking pretty decent. He's a good pickup, I would
Yeah.
say, to stash.
Dude, I'm down.
Yeah.
I will say, here's an upcoming matchup, and this one's not going to be as fun to talk about. This is going to be Jaguars versus Texans. We all know about the Texans defense in particular. They're probably the best defense in the league, I'd say, this season. Overall, they shut down pretty much everybody they face. So I'm not comfortable starting anybody that goes up against them, especially if it's not superstar talent. So that's why on the Jaguars side, pretty much everybody that's playing that game, I wouldn't be comfortable starting for this week. Even guys I recommended picking up off the waiver wire, like Parker Washington.
Uh-huh.
And don't play Jakobi Meyers. Look, we did this last season. Wide receivers that get traded before the deadline, they don't play a lot right away. They're still figuring out the offense. If they are out there, if Jakobi Meyers even does manage to be out there, it's only going to be for a small amount of plays, and maybe he'll get a couple catches.
Yeah. You can't expect these guys to just pick up on a new team like that, you know. So yeah, I think in due time he'll definitely yeah, he could potentially definitely be a start. Especially with Travis out. But yeah, not in this game and not against the Texans at that. You know, they are one of the best, if not the best, defenses in the league, passing and rushing. So it's going to be a tough game for the Jags in general.
Yeah. Dude, but in particular, on the Texans side of things, I know it looks very bad. It is very bad. CJ Stroud is hurt.
Yeah.
He's probably not going to be playing in this game. It's probably going to be Davis Mills. Not great all around. However, I do think that Nico Collins, he is my wide receiver star of the week, which I know some people might not agree with, but I think this could be still a positive for Nico Collins. There are some backups that come into games and they decide, I'm just going to super focus on the most talented players on the field. And I noticed that Nico Collins, even in a low-scoring game like last week, he still had 7 catches for 75 yards. He'll put up good stat lines even with CJ Stroud being gone. So I wanted to stamp that Star of the Week approval on him. Basically let people know, you should play Nico Collins.
Yeah.
Don't use this as a way to be like, oh, I'm now more worried, more like scared on what he's going to be fine.
Yeah. I think so too.
Yeah.
I think so. Collins he is a stellar wide receiver and you just can't count him out. And he has been working his way back up, this season from where he was in the beginning of the season. Was a little bit shaky.
Yeah.
And I like where him and Stroud are now. They're kind of in a good they're in a good place and he's getting good work in. So
Also,
especially
sorry, what was that? Especially what?
I was just gonna say with I don't know, everyone else outside of Collins and Schultz are just so so shaky.
Yeah. I didn't even expect Schultz would ever be like a consistent start within these rankings this year, but he's the last like month, they've been targeting him a lot. He's been getting a lot of yards. So he seems like one of the safest options with Davis Mills in of like the two he's going to target the most.
Definitely.
How about divisional matchups? Jake, do you like divisional matchups?
Oh, dude, they're up there for me, I'd say.
Yeah. Yeah, they're okay.
Yeah, they're all right.
Man, really selling the Bills versus the Dolphins here.
Hey.
Hey, I don't really know what to say about this.
Dude,
It's
I was thinking about how they were a divisional matchup, and I was like, well, that kind of like I wonder how the Bills feel about this, because usually divisional matchups are like uh competitive somewhat. I feel
uh,
like they feel like that most of the time.
I think that the last time these two teams played was pretty competitive, but it is
True.
on Thursday Night Football, and that's the ultimate even playing ground is playing 3 days early.
Yeah, I guess that's
Uh,
true.
I don't know. I mean, we've said it many times before. The Dolphins are a dead man walking team. It's Waddle should have been traded, but they asked for too much. He's still playable. Achan's still going to be great. He will be a top 10 running back for the rest of the season. Uh, it's hard. There's not really a lot of new developments on either of these teams. Everything's still the same. The players you expect to start, they're going to start. The players you might start, yeah, you might start. And the players you've always been sitting for a while now, so
Yeah, it's pretty much the same. I completely agree. Um, I would say that the Bills are going to get some picks. That's just what I'm thinking, bro.
dude,
I'm thinking this is going to be a bad game for Tua, to be real.
this game is like the equivalent of just plain toast with no butter.
No.
With no butter, man. Where's the butter?
Yeah, dude. It's non-existent.
It's
Yeah,
non-existent, man.
it I don't know. I obviously the Bills are going to win this, right?
Yeah, the Bills are gonna win. Oh yeah, totally.
It's just like how close is it going to be? I guess you're right in the fact that it's a divisional matchup and they do seem to have pretty decent games over the years, but I just can't see it. I don't know.
I don't know.
I I'm
You
just
know
waiting
what?
for Tua to fall, to be honest. Like I know he's gonna have another bad game, bro. And
I
it sucks saying that out loud because I like Tua as a person, but I just know it's gonna happen.
Dude, I can't believe I'm saying this. I'm actively waiting for Darren Waller to come back.
Dude.
I'm actively waiting for it.
Dude. Someone in a dynasty league that I'm in, my friend dynasty league, picked up Greg Dolchich, man. Because last game he got 5 targets. Kyle. He got
I'm
five
listening.
targets.
I'm listening.
That was it. He got 5 targets and I think he caught 4 of them. Uh and he got like 7, points in a PPR league. I don't know.
What's
Greg
this guy's
Dulcich.
tight end situation where he had to look for Greg Dulcich on a week?
It's a
How does it
deep
get that bad?
it's a deep league. It's a deep
Yeah,
sleeper
it
league.
must be a deep league.
Yeah. So, it's a dynasty league, but anyways, I just had to
I
throw
mean,
that out there.
yeah, I'm not in a much better position. I've had to play Evan Ingram every single week.
Dang.
But that sometimes when you're in Dynasty, that's just how the cookie crumbles, doesn't it?
That's dynasty situation
Yeah.
for sure.
Oh, but this one should be fun. This is the
Yeah.
Ravens taking on the Vikings. This is a must-win matchup
Dude.
for both teams. The Ravens, because they're trying to go on a win streak to get them into the postseason. The Vikings, because they're in such a competitive division right now and
Mhm.
everybody's winning. And JJ McCarthy, who I'm I was close. I was considering it, but start I'm still gonna sit him for this week because
Oh,
I'm just not sure. I
dude, I'm in. I'm in,
you're
bro.
in, man?
I am in, dude. He
Dude,
did
okay.
well. Did you see
Interesting.
highlights of that game, or did you watch it at all
I did see
last
highlights
week?
of the game. I did watch him a little bit.
Dude, kind of good. He looked
He's
kind of good.
I know, man, but there's just such a small sample size, and I've seen
Yeah.
the best and the worst, and so I
No, I
feel
get
like
it.
it's for me, it's a little presumptuous to just be like, oh, he's great now. Because we all thought
Sure.
this at week 1.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to start him over, established starters like Sam
Yeah.
Darnold or, um, Bo Nix or anybody like that. But he is an interesting guy based on his performances, and the team that he's on. They're a good team. So I think you're right. Probably watch him. It'd be a risky play to start him, but if he does well this game, would you start him next week?
Dude, I don't know.
Potentially.
You got to have the big cojones to start him. Dude,
No,
he's
you're right.
he's one of those starts where you got to hold on to your butt as you're
Yeah,
watching him
yeah, yeah,
play.
yeah. He's a great bench player to have right now, I think.
Yeah.
A great backup.
But he
But
he has shown, and I will give him full credit, he has shown he can run the offense. That there is still that potential of, okay, he can still make this
yeah.
work. He can go out there and beat a team like the Lions. It's very possible if he plays like that again, they could go out and beat the Ravens.
Oh yeah,
But I
for
think
sure.
this is going to be, I have a feeling we're going to see the Ravens play like they haven't played in forever this next like month or two. Because I think they
Yes.
know in their minds, like, we have to be the best team we can possibly be.
Yeah,
We're going to get last year's Bengals, but this year with the Ravens.
right. No, this is definitely a match I'm tuning into. Lamar looked electric this last game.
He didn't even need to run. It was all with his
Dude,
arm.
it was crazy. It was crazy to watch. Just how well he came back, and I do think that yeah, we could be looking at a playoff driven team here if they
Yeah.
keep it up. But yeah, this matchup should be awesome. And I do think that all these, most of these fantasy relevant players on the teams here are going to do well. Um, yeah, I know we have. Oh, there is Mason though. I know we didn't really talk
Yeah.
about Jordan Mason, but
Well, yeah, Jordan Mason
with Aaron Jones back, he's a hard start
it's very
still.
tough. And even
Yeah,
then, I've seen they're starting to get away from the run game a little bit in some of these
sure.
games. And unless I see them go back to it,
Yeah,
it, yeah, it's going to be hard to justify. Even against a really bad run defense like the Ravens have been, I just can't see it right now. And that sucks
mhm,
because I love Jordan Mason. And I think he's shown to be really good.
yeah,
But he's in a bad situation right now.
yeah, yeah. Until they get rid of Jones, I don't see any any boost for Mason in the near future.
Dude,
Unfortunately,
but how about some heavyweights? You want to talk about a
let's do it.
heavyweight matchup, Jake? How
Yeah,
about the
Woo.
the 2-6 Browns going up against the
Dude.
1-7 Jets? Oh, I
Oh,
did not know
sweet.
we were getting an early AFC championship match this early
Dude.
in the year. Thank you, NFL. Thanks
That's
for that.
crazy.
I'll talk about with the Browns first. Judkins is questionable. If you're a Judkins manager, as we both are, you should go out and get Dylan Sampson just in case. He is a very needed handcuff for this week if Judkins
Yeah,
is gone,
true,
especially with
true.
all his pass catching work.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they're both very good, whoever starts here.
I mean,
And
also,
go ahead.
oh, yeah, sorry. I was just going to bring up with the Jets, like trading Sauce and trading Quinnen, they
Mm,
were already a bad defense. There's a chance it could now get worse.
dude, so true.
And I think with what we've seen with the last few weeks with Dylan Gabriel in this offense, he has his two favorite targets are tight ends.
Yeah.
It seems to be Fannin and Njoku. So I actually think amazingly, both Cleveland Browns tight ends could be
It is.
startable this week.
Dude, that is crazy to think about, but you're so right. And this rarely ever happens, you know,
No,
in fantasy. The fact that two tight ends are startable. Um, but they are just so good. They literally run the offense, dude. And you can see it because Jerry Jeudy is a sit here, obviously. Okay. He has sucked, dude. I think he's like wide receiver 60 something.
Dude,
He's
he
not
is.
good,
It's just not great for him. He has been so bad this season.
dude. Yeah, it sucks, but you know what? We don't have this guy here, but he could be interesting. Um, it's and I'm blanking on his name. He's coming back from an injury.
Oh, Cedric Tillman.
Cedric Tillman.
He's officially coming back.
Well,
Okay, yeah.
he's a potential start this week. I think it's going to be a game time decision, but he's been practicing. If he does start, should be interesting just because Isaiah Bond, who is the team's wide receiver 3, has been dealing with some injuries. He may not play this week.
Yeah.
Um, obviously, Jerry Jeudy, is not that great. So I like Cedric Tillman as kind of a sleeper guy if he plays. Anyways, that's
No,
just me.
no, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, Jerry
Yeah.
Jeudy. If I think of Jerry Jeudy,
Hey, everybody! This guy's a great big phony!
big contract, man.
Dude.
They paid him last year before he even stepped onto the field. So they knew it was risky.
Yeah.
On the Jets side, because the Browns still have a tough defense, so even Breece Hall, even I had him as a start now, but even I'm starting to think maybe he's more like a low end start, like RB2, maybe more towards flex position for this week. Man, so close. The Chiefs offered a 4th round pick for him. They would have had him if the Jets weren't stingy and they're like, no, it has to be a 3rd. I mean, actually, to be fair, I'm gonna get mad at both Chiefs too, because I'm upset that the Jets wouldn't
Yeah.
just take a 4th round pick on a guy that's not gonna sign back for them anyways. And then I'm mad at the Chiefs for not just offering a 3rd round pick.
Yeah.
You're willing to offer a 4th but not a 3rd? Come on, man.
I think that's pretty messed up, dude.
For a great player.
Yeah. It's tricky though, Kyle, because when you bring contracts into the situation, it gets kind of hard. So I think I
Yeah.
understand it from both sides. But it just boils down to money, probably, is what I think. But
I don't know. That could be the case, but it's not like the Chiefs are. It's not like this is their one chance of getting back to the Super Bowl. They're going to be in that position every year.
Yeah.
So what's losing a 3rd round pick going to do for you? I don't know. I don't know,
True.
man.
Hey, but now the Jets have an extra 1st rounder for this next draft. Who knows what'll happen? Maybe Breece Hall will stay. You never know.
Dude, Breece Hall is.
You
I'd be
never
amazed
know,
if he
bro.
stayed. Maybe he'll stay with Garrett Wilson, where if he
Yeah.
plays this week, yes, play him. He's a top 10 wide receiver this season.
Oh yeah, he's so good. Him and Wilson are gonna be great in this game.
I like a lot of guys, Jake. But this matchup, this next one, might have too many. It's going to be the Patriots taking on the Buccaneers, a 7-2 team, a 6-2 team. This matchup can be really fun and really interesting.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
I'm trying to think of who to focus on because there's so many names to go through. I guess I'll start with the Bucs side.
There's a lot of injuries.
There's
That
still
may
a lot of
hurt these guys
injuries.
too.
Yeah.
So yeah, break it down.
Godwin might not play.
Right.
Irving might not play.
Yep.
Egbuka's a little bit more healthy. But the Patriots defense is legit. It's for real. Egbuka might have a tough time because he's going to be going against Christian Gonzalez, who seems like one of the best corners in the league. So because of what they've done this season, Mayfield and Egbuka are still startable, but it's riskier. There is definitely a chance that they're going to have a very weak game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's going to be tough, especially if Irving's out. I don't know, because Irving's a good pass catcher.
Yeah.
So he could take some some edge off of Mbuka, but we'll have to see.
Well, even Irving, I kind of just put there because I respect the talent, but the Patriots have the number 1 rush defense.
Yeah.
So even this wouldn't be a good matchup for them on that side.
Right.
Patriots go. Is there anything outside of Drake May? Because we all know how good Drake May is. Is there anyone on the Patriots side that you particularly like this week or think could have a good matchup here?
Yeah, I don't think that it's looking like Ramondre Stevenson's going to play this week. That's what, he hasn't been practicing, so he's still probably a game time decision, but if he doesn't, Henderson is in line for more work. And he did kind of split, and that's great. He did kind of split carries with another guy that we don't have here. Jennings, yeah.
You will not make me play Jennings.
Then Jennings actually kind of looked good too, but I think that, they have more stock in Henderson, so I'm sure he'll take the bulk of the share if Stevenson is out. So he's an interesting one to watch, I'd say.
Man, Jake, rule number 1, never assume what Mike Vrabel's going to do. Never assume it. Just because you said that, Travion Henderson's never even going to see the field this week.
Dude, it's going to be all Jennings, bro.
He's going to get 1 carry, and he's going to take it 99 yards for a touchdown, and Vrabel will look at him and be like, you should have cut to the outside, and then he's going to bench him for the rest of the game.
Dude, Jennings is an undrafted guy, bro, that they signed. And he's just a beefier guy. I don't really understand what Mike Vrabel's doing.
He does, dude. He does whatever he wants. Hey, just be glad they didn't get another running back during the deadline, because that would have just made everything a whole lot worse.
That would have been kind of crazy.
Yeah,
but their team is good, so he could do whatever he wants, I guess.
All right. Well, Jake, we've just reached that time. It's time for another Seahawks game. I mean, here's the problem now. People have now been hyping us up so much after that Sunday night game. It's over. That's it. It's the peak, Jake. Dude, once your team gets hyped up, you're screwed.
Dude, yeah, literally though. And our team was hyped up so much, bro. The commentary in that game was
and insane. Pat McAfee came out and he's like, is this the best football team in the league? I'm like, no, Pat.
I know, for real. No. Everyone's saying the same thing. The Seahawks look good. I mean, it's undeniable.
They look really good
on both sides of the ball. They're looking fire. And I think, I don't know if this game's going to be a blowout, because honestly, I watched the Cardinals game, and with Jakobi Brissett, they actually look they look pretty decent.
Yeah.
Know what I'm saying? So I think it's going to be a competitive game, personally. And I could really see these players working the field, making some plays, and putting up some points.
I think before we talk about any Seahawks stuff, I think it's interesting. We should mention the whole Kyler Murray situation right now.
Okay. Yeah, go for it.
Because, dude, it's over. It seems like this could be the last time we see Kyler Murray play for the Cardinals.
Yeah.
They've kind of named Jakobi Brissett as the starter, and I think they're just using his injury as sort of like a cover. He has a real injury, but it makes it more convenient to just be like, oh, we're doing it because he's injured.
Yeah.
But realistically, nobody sees it that way. Everybody kind of sees it for what it is. Of Jakobi Brissett, while he might not be, I think, as talented of a quarterback as Kyler Murray, he's a veteran, and he's always been a very good spot starter everywhere he's gone. And with him in the lineup, the offense has been more consistent.
It really has. And they've been utilizing the guys that, have been there from the start, that like Marvin Harrison and Trey McBride.
Yeah.
Those guys have been looking better with Jakobi. So I think that's going to continue to happen. And this matchup is obviously going to be tough, though, for the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Right. Given the Seahawks defense is pretty good. So I know we have Harrison as a flex here. I think that makes sense.
I think, I would have
He had a
fully
pretty decent
gone.
game last week, but
I would have
I
fully
get it.
gone through with him if he was probably facing a different defense. They
Yeah,
finally wore me down, and now I buy that the Seahawks are a good defense.
sure.
Our run defense has always been great. I think now that we're getting more healthy in the secondary, our pass defense is catching up, being around top 10 now. So we're on that side of the ball. It's finally being realized. When we brought Mike McDonald, that's what we wanted to see, and it's finally fully being brought around. So Harrison is still a flex for this game, but it sucks to hear. But Brissett being in the lineup is a net positive for him. I think he's going to see more looks. He's going to get more targets, and he's going to get better chances to show his draft capital, essentially.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's
And
gonna
I
be
will,
good.
and we'll quickly mention on the Seahawks side, Barner, I think, is a sneaky start this week. A bit
Yes, I
risky
like that.
because he could be boom or bust, but I like him specifically for this week.
Mm,
But Torrey Horton, I tried to snag him in a couple waiver wires, and other people did. This was before the Shaheed trade. I will say for this week,
dude.
don't expect a
Hey.
lot from Shaheed.
Yep.
If Cooper Cup's not playing,
Torrey Horton, baby.
give him a shot.
Let's go.
Let's
No,
go.
that's my thoughts exactly, bro. And because you see like Sleeper and ESPN, they have Shaheed. Well, at least Sleeper, when you look at the depth chart, right?
Yeah.
They're like, oh, Shaheed's wide receiver 2 on the team. I'm like, well, is he though? Like right now, is he? Because like Torrey Horton is actually really good, guys. That's the thing.
Yeah.
He's not messing around. So I think it's gonna be competitive, even when Shaheed like gets situated on the team. I think it should be interesting, just because we have so many guys. But yeah, definitely this game, like
You
he's
and
not
me,
gonna do much.
that's
I'm
so
sure.
interesting because you and me are in full agreement on that when seemingly everybody has this opposite opinion of like, oh, he's just
Yeah.
going to come in and be the number 2. It's like,
I know.
I don't, if you watch
Slow it
enough of
down.
our games, I don't know if that's how we're set up, but we'll see.
Yeah. Well, see, definitely. I mean, I think if Cup doesn't play, right, and Jake Bobo, I'm not sure if he's still injured or not. But he's kind of a depth piece now.
Yeah.
Like Shaheed should step in there as the wide receiver 3. You know,
Very
potentially
good.
wide
He'll be a
receiver 2.
great deep threat.
Yeah. So he could be utilized for sure this game. I can't wait to see it if he is.
Yeah. Absolutely. But these aren't the only 2 teams we're going to talk about in the West. How about the Rams and the Niners? Another divisional matchup here. Niners. So with Purdy, we're starting to hear some more news after all this time where it's like the injury is still bad.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like he's coming back this week. It doesn't seem like he's probably coming back in the next couple weeks. Fine. At least I finally know now. It's going to be mostly Mac Jones. I'm not even going to assume that Pearsall is playing. He probably won't because that's just what's happened most of the year. So everything on that side is the same as you would expect, facing a tough defense. So Jennings is possible flex. Kittle's startable. And then the same side on the Rams, except reverse that a couple weeks ago because Puka Nacua is hurt again. And we don't know if he's playing or not. He's still questionable.
Yeah.
If he does end up missing time, though, Devontae Adams, once again, one of the top receivers this week.
Oh, for sure. He's been killing the last few weeks.
Dude, Matthew Stafford has 9 passing touchdowns the last 2 games. And I believe Devontae Adams has 5 of those passing touchdowns.
Oh, yeah. Dude, it's insane.
He has been absolutely insane. They're all like 1-2 yard touchdowns, too.
Wow. Wild.
Dude, absolutely wild. Dude, and that's kind of it. I can't think of anything else to talk about this game, to be honest.
Yeah, I feel like it's pretty much the same. Like nothing really new to expect from these guys, I guess. Just keep up with the injuries and maybe play Pearsall if he plays. Obviously play Puka. Well, that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Dude, but we only got a few matchups left. How about the Lions taking on the Commanders? And man, dude, the Commanders. What a gut punch they had this last week. I don't know, man. They just can't catch a break. There's something completely wrong with that team. And now that Jane Daniels is probably going to be gone for most of, if not the entire season, it's going to be tough trying to start most of these guys from here on out.
Yeah. It's tragic, but it is a tough one. These guys are just definitely not the team they used to be last year.
No.
So, yeah, it's really hard to be in on any one of them. I mean, I like Marcus Mariota, but I just don't think he could bring what it takes to get these guys on, in a starting lineup. Maybe Samuel, we have him as a flex here. Obviously, Ertz is always an interesting play, but it just doesn't look too good.
Yeah, Ertz is probably Samuel and Ertz are the only ones I can think of as flex plays, but even then, they take a hit from this injury too.
Yeah,
because of how well they had been playing when Daniels was in the lineup. So it hurts everybody. It's bad all around.
Sure.
On the Lions side, this is going to be a great game for the Lions. Jared Goff, who's like not the most consistent guy, he's either great or bad. I think this is going to be on the side of great. The running back should be fine. Laporta is my tight end star of the week. He has been doing really good the last few weeks.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he's been really freaking showing up, and it's about time, because we haven't seen him, like, do this well since, like, his rookie season.
True.
So I'm glad to see it.
He is looking nice. Obviously, we don't have... we do not have the star wide receiver on this roster.
Amon-Ra?
Amon-Ra.
Dude,
well, that's because he's so good. He's like the number 3 or 4 wide receiver in the league.
He hasn't been on here in such a long time, and it's just because he's good every week.
Yeah, he's automatic.
He's automatic. Don't even think about it.
Don't even think about it.
Yeah. Instead, think of this Sunday night football matchup with the Steelers going against the Steelers? Didn't they just like play on Sunday? Whatever. Steelers and Chargers. I think for this week, because of a lot of bad matchups, because of a lot of especially Jane Daniels' injury as well, Aaron Rodgers is like a scary but still startable guy. We've seen enough of him this season to know he is fine. He's a he's playing like a game manager type quarterback.
Sure.
But he kind of provides the same value every week, so you have a good idea of no matter what defense he's playing, he's going to be pretty decent every week. So if you need to start him, I do think he's startable. Just don't expect like a super high ceiling, I mean.
Yeah. Fair enough. I'd probably agree with that. Also, Warren is looking nice. It's no competition. Kenneth Gainwell isn't even really putting much work in. Seems to be all Warren. So I do like him as like a lower end start.
Yeah.
If you have him, maybe a high flex, because honestly, the run game on the Steelers is not electric.
That good.
No, it's not that great.
I've always been more into Jaylen Warren's pass catching ability.
Yeah, that's true. He does get some pass catching in. And Gainwell gets a little bit, but
Yeah.
not enough.
But and the Chargers.
Yeah.
It's a game of guess who every week as to who's going to be that guy. That's why even though they're all starts, a lot of these guys are sort of in a they're like a medium start. They're like you don't go into it expecting the massive breakaway game, but it can happen
Sure.
for any one of those guys. Gadsden is probably the only one I can think of is like he's kind of becoming the most consistent guy, which I never thought would happen, even when I saw him doing well a few weeks ago.
Yeah. It's kind of funny. He's just so much like Johnston, and I don't know. And Allen, they're all like almost the same player, bro. They run like the same routes. They catch the same touchdowns, same touchdown routes and stuff. I'm just seeing a lot of similarities, but they just really like their big guys on the Chargers.
Yeah. I think the defense now with the Chargers, keep note of the Joe Alt injury. Certain offensive line players that are lost can really affect this team. It showed how bad they were when Joe Alt was out of the lineup earlier this year, and now he's out for the season. Yeah. So if that affects them in this matchup, then I'm going to start retooling and rethinking about, okay, what is the actual value of these guys moving forward? For this week, against the Steelers defense, all startable, Justin Herbert startable. But we'll just see what happens because TJ Watt could wreck in this game without their 2 tackles.
Dude, he really could.
He really freaking could because he's game changer player.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And we got our final game here. It's Monday Night Football. We have the Eagles taking on the Packers. Jake, we got to talk about Jordan Love. I think a lot of people have been kind of into Jordan Love for a decent chunk of the early part of the season, at least from what I've seen.
Yeah.
But even when the team was playing at its best, I've always been not super sold on Love. I was like, he's doing well, but I don't know yet. And now, as the weeks have gone by, he's had some bad games. He hasn't looked too great. And after the loss of Tucker Kraft, why? Why did we lose Tucker Kraft? I'm not. This offense loses a big piece of what made it work.
Yeah. It's gonna be tough. I don't know if you've seen that clip of Romeo Doubs talking about Tucker Kraft. It's kind of funny. He was basically like, he was really sad in the interview. I can't remember word for word.
Oh my gosh. Yes, you're right.
He basically, he was talking about him like he passed away. He was like,
he's in a better place now.
Yeah. Anyways, obviously that hurts the team, and his chemistry with Jordan Love was on another level. He was a top 5 tight end. So
yeah,
it's going to hurt the team. It's going to hurt Love. And, down here, we really only have Romeo Doubs as a flex. That's the only guy that we really see Love passing to, bro.
Dude, it really was all he was passing to. I mean, all these other guys feel like they're completely forgettable.
Totally.
And I think you mentioned, like, what if Luke Musgrave can make that roll up? And I think maybe, but here's the problem. Tucker Kraft was more than just a target guy. He created a lot of separation. He had a lot of big chunk catches. He would get 20-yard catches, 30-yard catches, 40-yard catches. He created big separation, and he was touchdown guy. So if Luke Musgrave can be the new touchdown guy and do the same things that Kraft did, maybe. But there's a reason Tucker Kraft was playing as much as he was.
Yeah.
Because
There is.
he probably was the X factor that could pull that off.
That's true. Yeah, I don't think you could count them as like the same, just because they're in the same position, they're gonna do the same thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, I would give Luke Musgraves a chance. They did draft him over Kraft, and Kraft just happened to kind of outplay him, last season at some point.
Yeah.
So I would give him a chance. I think he could do good work. He's a speedy guy, and I was kind of high on Musgraves out of the draft a couple years ago, but we'll see, man. We'll see, but definitely think that Romeo Doubs is going to step it up.
Dude, yeah.
So
No, I fully agree with that.
Yeah.
And on the Eagles side, because
yes,
the Packers haven't looked too great on offense, the Eagles have been looking a lot better in the last few weeks. They've been throwing it more. They've been getting more consistency on the ground game. Outside of a possible will he, won't he play with Saquon Barkley, this whole team's pretty usable this week.
yeah.
I'll give the Packers defense enough credit to be like, okay, maybe A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith are more flexes, but everyone else, Hurts has been lighting it up completely. If
Sure.
Bigsby plays, I think he could be good. And Dallas Goedert, where has this been for years?
Yeah.
Usually, Dallas Goedert only played well when there were injuries to Brown or Smith.
Right.
But he's been so consistent and so reliable and so good. It's insane to me.
It is pretty crazy.
Because I thought I was completely like sold out on him this year. Of like,
Yeah.
we've seen enough years. We know who he is.
Every year, yeah, I thought he was kind of declining a little bit more and more, but this year he's back, man.
He's back, baby. I love it.
I love it too.
Dude.
It's fun to watch, but yeah, man. Bigsby, dude, he's still on waiver wires.
I already picked him up in a couple, trying to snag it if you can.
Gotta snag him. Like, I think he's just a good hold with this, injury that Barkley has. If it lingers, you never know how many games he could be out this season if something happens. So he's just a great handcuff to have. Yeah.
Yeah. And that is going to be all for this week on the starts and sits. Starts and sits.
Oh, yeah.
Craziness. Thank you so much for watching. You can follow us on Instagram, on X, on TikTok, where we release weekly starts and sits like we do here. But we also have flex stuff that we're going to incorporate as well.
Yep.
Waiver wire pickups.
Come on,
you
now.
can listen to us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
Boom.
Book it.
Okay.
Anything you want to say, Jake, before we go off the air?
No, you said it all, man. I, appreciate you guys for watching. I doubt too many of y'all have made it this far, but
hey, don't discredit our viewers, man.
No, you're right. But no, comment down, guys. We want to see your comments, and pumping out more content. Definitely check out our socials below.
Absolutely.
We're pumping some good stuff out. Weekly starts and sits, right?
Flexes. All the three basic, the three food groups.
Yeah. So, yeah, just fast content right there. But yeah, thank you guys. And you know what they say in the biz, right, Kyle?
No, I don't know what they say, Jake. What is it?
Let me educate you.
Yeah.
Keep it simple. All right.
All right.
That's what they say.
In a complex fantasy world, man.
Hey.
Just keep it simple.
Yep.
God bless.